Month 10 of Patreon, dude.
Dude, we've got some straight bangers this month.
Got Good Times, Bad Times by Led Zeppelin.
Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson.
And One of These Nights by the Eagles.
I mean, all this for just the price of
a Capri Sun, guys.
Dude, so come over and we'll see you there.
Link in description. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. It was a great life.
Dude, it's always a great life when you get to end off the week with some Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's just...
It is.
Ending of a week, prime time. That's what it should be.
I've had my 3 Fleetwood Mac songs being listened to. Arguably too much, but we all know there's no too much.
Gonna need this, probably.
It's time for another Fleetwood Mac song, dude.
Yeah. So... You guys had a bunch of songs in the comments, pretty indecisive. There was a lot. I mean, Tusk was...
There wasn't much consensus.
Yeah, Tusk was one of the ones that was thrown around, a few other ones. We will definitely be hitting all the ones that we saw. However, the one we saw, I think the most, we didn't tally it up, but it looked pretty much like that was the clear winner.
Yep.
Gold Dust Woman.
It sounds cool, dude.
It sounds pretty cool.
Sounds cool. And someone says Stevie Nicks goes off the chain.
That was potentially the tipping point. Yeah. Seeing that, where they were like, listen, if you want to see her go nuts, she goes nuts.
Yeah.
So
hopefully this one doesn't get blocked. You guys will know by the time this comes out.
Yeah. Well, immediately after this, you'll see something if it does. But if it doesn't, let's get into it.
Oh, you're trying to do us like that? Dude.
Ooh.
Oh, you're that
so tasty. Dude, I'm like almost kind of getting goosebumps already.
Yeah, dude. It's...
She make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love. And is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home.
I love that like slow pick guitar.
She make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love. Is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home. Where did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? And now tell me, is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home?
background vocals are killer.
Dude.
Dang. Okay. I have some thoughts. Did you finish it?
Yeah, dude.
Dang, well, we're going to have a long discussion then.
Yeah.
You could start.
Lost in the sauce, dude.
Yeah.
Her vocals, just the way, like, the seemingly simple rhythmic section, like, carrying the song along as she, like, danced across it is just totally, you fall right into it, dude.
Yeah, and maybe this is a bad thing. I just know I've got to drive home, so I have the ability to get lost in the sauce in a drive at night.
Yeah.
So I pulled myself back from getting lost in the sauce on it.
You can't go too deep.
Because I figured it was such an easy one to get lost in the sauce in, and I really wanted to try to think intricately of the song. Yep. Not that you can't do that while getting lost in the sauce, but it envelops you and you're kind of just like floating around in ecstasy, you know?
I was floating around, dude.
I will tell you my probably only criticism.
Go ahead.
And I think it's a minor one, but it's one that actually kind of did bother me. In the chorus, I freaking loved the chorus.
Yes.
Not a criticism yet, right?
Yes.
Well, it's split up into like two phrases, and it ends the first phrase with love, and ends the last phrase with like pick up the pieces and go home, and it's the way it's put out. It's like setting up love to rhyme with home, and it just doesn't. And it's like she could have slant rhymed it or had a different word for home. I love the way it's sung, and if it's not meant to rhyme, I guess it makes sense. But as a songwriter and as somebody who like you get pulled really close to hearing that rhyme, and that's like the to me the precipice of the chorus are those two words.
Yep.
And it's just like it rhymes on paper. It's one of those poems where it's like if you see it on a piece of paper, you're like, oh, that rhymes, but it doesn't when you sing it.
Right.
And so
I don't think it
was
meant to rhyme.
Maybe, but I think
they're teasing the rhyme so hard to where it bothers you.
It's true.
That's what it sounds like.
It's true.
Because they're like, we could have like written some lines that like rhymed with this and made it sound made it flow even smoother than the song's already flowing, but definitely like purposefully not rhyming. I feel like 100%.
Maybe.
It's a style choice, you know?
I think it's potentially a style choice. I just know I've been in the room with writers. Obviously, they're not as like prestigious as Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
But I've been in the room with great writers who I've seen do things like that and not think about it enough. Or even if they did, they were just like, oh, it's fine. It's close enough. And to me, it just didn't like because it did feel in the line right between close enough and not quite there. It's like that uncanny valley of rhyme where it's like, yes, it works.
Weird. I feel like when those lines are coming around, I feel like I wasn't like expecting a rhyme, or like almost like I wasn't even wanting a rhyme. Because if you have a rhyme, then it's like not that like a rhyme makes it more commercial, but it makes it flow so much smoother to where there's less like attention on what's actually being said.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Like, it's not necessarily criticism. It was just something that I found it bothered me in the chorus.
It teased you a lot.
Yeah, and then I guess really the only other thing, and this is, again, you really can't fault the song because the song wasn't trying to do this. It was trying to like have this like somber, like tribally thing the entire time.
Yep.
But so badly, I just wanted them to
climax?
Like, dude, I wanted
climax bad too.
I wanted them to hit like a last chorus with the snare going in, like yeah. And like, oh, dude, I was just waiting so bad for like that precipice. Like, I feel like they've got to do it live.
That's my only thing too. Like, it wasn't a criticism, but it was like I was hoping there was going to be some kind of like climax portion because like it was almost teased a little bit, a couple different times. I was ready for like just some craziness. Either way, like
literally, if they had one more chorus at the very end, and like they had a snare come in and she went a little more ham on the vocals, like that to me, that would have made this song like S tier.
She had the one moment where she belted a little bit, but
I know, but imagine
it wasn't the same. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I don't know.
I think that would have brought it to an S too if there was some crazy like climatic moment. I don't think it was meant to have it, and I wouldn't change it. But like I think for me to bring it to S, that probably would have been it as a consumer. You know what I mean?
So I agree, and here's why I think. Because obviously they're a phenomenal band, and probably in the same way that you said, hey, you know, maybe that rhyme was intentional, or the miss rhyme was intentional. I have to imagine that they probably thought it was intentional too, where they were like, listen, because any artist, when you get that good, knows, okay, we could go like we could take that extra pill and go like one step higher.
It's probably like mature to step back and not give us that climax.
I'm also thinking maybe in somewhere in the album, like where it fit, the next song was either lower down, where they were like, we don't want to bring it to that and then fall into that. We want to keep it like kind of somber and then flow into this next one. Or maybe the next one starts off like banging, and it's like we want to make that entrance flow well.
I know what you mean. Can't wait until we do like 1 or 2 more songs from the album, and then I'm just gonna go, okay, rest the album off camera and just buy the vinyl and just listen to the whole album and get that full experience.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something on Patreon and just like, or maybe like a live thing and just do
something. Yeah, it just seems so cool, dude. Yeah. So cool.
I don't know.
All right, so what's the tier? I
mean, obviously in the A's, I think probably A+.
A plus?
When I said it out loud, I think A.
I think it's A too.
I think it's A.
Yeah.
I think I immediately went to A+ because I was so excited for the climax that I was envisioning in my head. But
yeah. Well, wait. At that point, we're talking about the album, and the album's probably like A+ or S. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because we were just talking about the album as a whole, not the song for a second there.
Yeah. So just the song, I think it's A. Solidly A. Great tune.
Strong.
Great
A.
tune.
It's awesome, dude. I can't wait because I feel like there's so many tiny, intricate little pieces that I feel like when you listen to it like a couple more times, you're gonna fully catch like the whole picture. Like me too. I think it's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know if we gushed over it enough, but really it was gush worthy. Like everything was great. The vocal styling was great. The guitar, like, oh my god, all the little guitar work was
I love the lyrics too, dude. Oh yeah. So the lyrics, the like the girl that made you feel like love is an illusion, like shit like that. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, dude, because like men can relate. Because like when you're younger, you usually have that like that one girl that like makes you think love is all this and that, and then like they totally shatter it in your face,
and you're like, oh, it's all fake.
And then you try and pick up the pieces so that you can give another woman in the future that chance for your full you. You know what I mean? That type of vibe. So that was awesome. And like you were saying, the guitar work, like in the later part of the song, it was pulled back in the mix, but dude's kind of like, almost like he's not arguing because we know the song's about like, or like the whole album's about breakups and all this stuff, but almost like he's trying to get his piece in, like his voice. He's like, let me talk now. Like, yeah, you're not telling my side of the story.
I think that's a really, really great way of interpreting it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have a thing in blues that's like a call and response vocal, and it's literally what it's meant to do is it'll do one thing, like the singer will sing and the guitar will respond. Singer will sing, guitar will respond. It's called call and response. Yeah. And it felt like that's what they were. You're right. Now that you said it, it did feel like that bridge section was like, and it almost felt like Stevie was trying to mimic the guitar in some ways, like like going back and forth. And then also there was like this tucked back like screamy vocal that was like really reverbed out, tucked far in the mix. I don't know if that was a male voice or was Stevie going so ham that it was just raspy enough that it sounded male. But either way, I thought it was great inclusion.
It's cool, dude.
I just wanted to gush over it some at the end because that way it's not like...
No, for sure. And I love how there's like... I feel like there must have been a hole that they filled where it's like, usually you want to keep band drama out of the writing. You don't want to bring it to the front. But then they're like, nah. The whole album's about how we all F each other over. It's cool,
what it probably
dude.
is though? It was probably some catharsis where it was like, listen, there was so much drama from what I've heard from you guys. There was so much drama going on that if they didn't talk about it, I don't know if it would have continued. Because it feels like one of those things that unless you're like, we just have to work through this, and if we don't, we're just gonna have to end it.
Yeah, they didn't push it to the side. They put it on the front, dude. Yeah, and that was the right move. Because this album just Okay. All right. What's the next song, guys, that we gotta check out by Fleetwood Mac? There you go. But
killer song.
Yeah. Now we have 4 songs in our arsenal to check out on our own time to have on repeat. Right.
Dang. Well, killer song. Like I said, just excited for the next one. So leave in the comments what we should do next, and we'll see you in the next video.